I'd probably work on it a bit better. Anyway, what was we talking about? Well, we're talking about all the snooker tables that are available. Loads of them. And I didn't know I had quite as many. I've got 1, 2... Oh no, I've only got 2. Let's have a look at the pool tables. And I've got a 7-foot. That must be one they give you. I don't recall ever buying that one. And then we've got a 9-foot black. Is that any better? It's better, but not as good as it normally is. Or it's as good as you're going to get. Put it that way. I ain't fucking about with it anymore. And I've got a shooter's pool. Oh no, I didn't buy that one. No, so I've got 2. I've got tables here I don't remember I had. And then there is an 8-foot table. I don't remember buying that one. So there's a few tables there. What cloths? So I've got 3 different cloth colours. I thought there was more cloth colours than that. Right. Now what else have we got? Cue balls. I think I remember buying the, not cue balls. I think I bought the, television set of balls. I thought I'd bought them. Ah, there they are. Well, that's a Chinese set, but it's the TV set, the one with the pink 12 ball and the pink 4 ball. I remember buying them. So my account still has 1,200 virtual coins in it from the first day that I added credit to this account, and I've still got an account, so I don't know when it expires. Anyway, we've got the download button, the playing guide, playing rules, store, and what you've purchased, the Hall of Fame, the stats, tournaments, tournament rankings, what we've got here. Oh, that shows you how much I've got. Absolutely zilch. And apparently, is that true north at the top of Canada? I don't know what he plays. Let's have a look and see what he plays. So, it looks as if he's played a bit of snooker, but mostly US pool, so that'll be 8 and 9 ball and stuff like that. I don't know how to, if you go to general rankings, is there a search window here for this thing? No. Oh, wait a minute, what's that? Billion medal. No, that doesn't do anything. No, I can't find it. I can't do a search. By the looks of it. There's no names there that I recognise. I think I recognise PM147. I don't see any others. See in filters. Well, the filters is there. What do I just choose France then? Is that, I presume that filters where? There. Alright, I've got you now. Well, that shows you how much snooker you play, 2%. Tournament points, global rating. Oh, you're listed as a pro, yeah. Runouts from the break 300. Now, what does maximum break mean? What when that's presumably that's talking about 9 ball. Is that meaning like running 9 balls in a rack, running out? Balls made in the break maximum 5. Yeah, get the excuses out quick. Matches lost, games lost, balls pocketed, consecutive. So you've only had 2 consecutive runouts in a match. Money balls in the break. Money balls shot. Money balls made. Well, it'd be better if it gave you a percentage, wouldn't it? Because it's leaving it up to you to work out the percentage. Right. So, let's go to play and we'll go in and have a look at a match. Because I'm certainly not going to be playing. Right. Is there anybody worth watching in here till we actually see somebody that knows what they're doing? I mean, we've got all these tracking lines and crap on. Look at the rooms. And that's, again, there's quite a lot of the guys putting the unrestricted aim thing on. Let's go to a match room to see. Well, this is a match room, isn't it? Right. Yeah, I've created a tournament. I did that once. I did a Friday night 9 ball. Yeah. We can't do that. Yeah. Well, this server maintenance that he's doing at the moment, we don't know whether that's leading up to this rumoured major update that he's supposed to be doing. What that's going to be, we don't know. Nobody's told us anything. You know something, I don't recognise any players here that would be, do you recognise any players here that would be worth watching? Because I don't want to watch a bunch of bangers who haven't a clue, with the greatest respect to them. So we've got private rooms as well. Yeah, well, once you get rid of that, I'll probably drop by now and again. But it's not a case of fixing it, it's a case of getting rid of it because I just don't like. The one thing I don't like about this game is having to play a game to somebody else's preferences, and I don't think that's fair. And that's the one thing I don't like about it. You go into a room, you have to play it the way they want it, not the way you'd prefer it. Right. So these are free to play rooms. So we'll get 2 guys playing snooker. And they've got the aim. Let's go in and have a look at these. Oh no, it's only 6 reds. That's boring. I can't find anything I want to go in and watch. So we'll get 5 sets there. Where can you see the players that are in the room? If you do that, that starts the game, doesn't it? If you click the eye thing, that starts the game. If you hit the plus, what does that do? I'm not going to press it because I don't want to join it by accident. What does that do? Is that Facebook or what? Or Discord? Right, that's Discord. Let's press that for a laugh. Oh no, it takes you to the website. That's rubbish. You have to get them as friends. Alright, I see, right. Well, what's that one there? That's got the aiming lines on. What's going to be worth going in watching here? There's a guy with nobody in. But these are all the guys that haven't got proper accounts. They're all just... So there's not many people here. If you look at that in the match rooms, there are only a few people who have actually registered. These other guys they're all on here for freebies. So it's maybe a wee bit misleading about the amount of people that are playing. They've got far more gratis players in here than what they have in VP4. But they've not got a lot of people actually paying for accounts looking at it. Look how many rooms there is. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's about 15 or 16 rooms. Right, I'm going to have to plump for something here to have a look at something that might be worth watching. Right, let's go in and watch. No, that's only one game they're playing. 10 ball race to 5, there's only one person in that room. Dave the Rave, there's 3 people in that. Let's have a look at that. Let's see what we've got here. You can see he's that queue there putting a bit of inside English on it. Now, how do I bring this thing up? How do I bring the mouse cursor up? Ah, right. So I don't want to get... I've lost my mouse. This is where I get confused with this game. Right. I want to be able to check that box. Click on the eye. Right. What do I do to bring my cursor up on the screen here as I'm watching this? Because I want to check the box so I don't get dragged into the game. And every time I do it, my mouse disappears. Ah, right, I think I've done it now. Right, let's have... now, can I move the camera when I'm watching these guys? I can't even remember how to do that. I'm totally bewildered and baffled. I'm just stuck at the one end of the table. Ah, right, that's to change the scoreboard at the top of the table. So, I think that name, that Nobby guy at the top left, I think he's been in Virtual Pool 4. I think I remember seeing that name. But try as I might, I can't work out how to change my cameras. Change to a different view. In fact, I can't even work out how to chat, let alone actually change a camera. Two, three, four. No, I've tried every button. That has got me totally baffled. Unless I've lost my settings for the game. Ah, right, I've got you now. Right, L. Right, so that gives you the free camera. How do you change the brightness in game? Is there a function to change the brightness in Shooter's Pool? Looks a bit dull and dark in here. Ah, right, press H. Increase stroke. Well, that's for all the controls of the game, but it doesn't show me, there's nothing to show me changing brightness. Anyway, we'll just have to live with it. I can see that there's a wee bit of problem with this, the edge of the table. If you look at the metallic strip on the edge of the table, we're getting sort of anti-aliasing troubles or whatever you call it. It's doing a little bit of flickering around the table. You're getting a little hatched effect. It looks okay in the corner pocket, but you can see it's doing a little bit of strobing. Escape, then options, general options, graphics. I've got everything up full blast, as far as I remember. No, that's anti-aliasings. I've got it up at 16. I've got the whole thing on the settings that I last put it on. Advanced, everything maximum. Graphics, sound, miscellaneous. Record replays, I've got that switched off. I don't see any other options to change the brightness in the game. Audio, ambience, menu music, got that all. Right, let's go back. And then I think you just hit escape again. Well, I think it's got a lot to do certainly with the room that you're in. In this, I mean, this is a dark room, and it's got the same problem that VP4's got. I mean, you shouldn't be able to zoom through the wall because you then get obstructions in the way, like the back. I mean, we're looking at wood chip wallpaper there. You know, it should prevent you from doing that. And then, you know, we're zooming away out beyond the boundaries of the room. This looks ugly. The one thing I like about Shooter's Pool is that, especially in 10 ball, it automatically nominates the pocket. Now, how to get out? Right, that's get rid of the chat. I don't know how I brought the chat up, but I've been bashing buttons just hoping to get it to do something. So it's just like a winner stays on this, isn't it? Well, I just think they should bring Cowboy into it. If they brought Cowboy into it, I'd be more interested. Playing it in a 10-foot table. Well, some of these tables, by the way, are quite tough. Especially the Chinese pool tables, they're bloody brutal, so they are. The Chinese 8-ball table, I mean, they are very, very tough. So, the little arrow thing above the 4-ball, and also the little arrow above the pocket, for the nominated pocket, that's one automatic feature that is good in Shooter's Pool. That was one feature that I mentioned to Steve as he was developing VP4. I wanted auto-nominating the snooker, but the thing is, you know, he didn't have the vision to actually look ahead and actually put it into games like 10 ball for auto-nominate at whatever one you're aiming at. The game has obviously got a built-in intelligence here, where it's actually picking the ball that you're looking at and assuming that there's a line to the pocket that you've got your angle at as well. Well, I mean, I can run Virtual Pool 4 and Shooter's Pool at the same time, but I can't have them both on the screen at the same time. Not unless you put them into windowed mode, but I don't think you can. Well, I think you can do that in Shooter's Pool, can't you? Excuse me. So, you've got to press L again to change the end of the table, and then L to go to top view, and then you keep pressing it, and then use your V button, like you do in Virtual Pool 4, to then have the free camera. Hit L again to go in the fixed view. Now, I've just realised here, what the hell game are we playing? I was thinking it was 10 ball, it's actually 8 ball, isn't it? Or is it? I'm getting totally baffled. Right, so safety's been called. Well, why did safety appear on the screen there, yet he's potted a ball? Or is that the option to choose safety? That's a bit confusing for the viewer. Left hand side of the screen it says safety, and yet he's still potting balls. You know, as a spectator, we shouldn't be seeing that. What room are you in? Are you in a match room, or are you in a challenge room? And we'll get out of this place. This is an uninterestingly dull room. I want something with better lighting. Check, aye, but where is it? Right, exit the game room. We don't want to exit the whole game. Are you sure you want to close Shooter's Pool? Right. I thought that was getting rid of the whole thing now. Where the hell is he then? I don't see a room there. Unless it's a match room. Where are we? Nope, I don't see any room. You're gonna have to give me more clues than that. I see nothing but nothing but free rooms in here. Yeah, it's always handy if you give people a clue as to where the hell you actually are when you want to come to the room. I'm in 9 ball Ox. What? What, is it a challenge room or is it a match room? Well, I don't see anything there, so I've had 2 goes at looking up and down the list there and I don't see, right, I see it now. Right, I'm not getting in there because there's only 1 player in it. I thought you were playing somebody. I'm not coming in to get humiliated. Now, what does that plus do? Is that a viewer? I hope that's viewing. So it is. Right. I'm in the room. I think he's bailed.
Thank you. Game 1. Swain Cure to break.
Oh, the volume's awful low of the commentator guy. or the guy that calls your name. Well, this is a bit better lit room. Let's have a look around. This is the International Arena. Yeah, this is like the, this looks a bit, in fact, it's perfect because it's got no audience in it. Oh, it has got an audience, and not one of them's wearing a mask. Them over there, that side. This is quite a nice arena. High quality Rasson table. Click on absent and next match. I have done that, yeah. I like the fact, see there's the thing I've moaned and moaned and moaned for years about VP4. I like to have the black shaft so that it helps me see the tip of the queue. And he's never brought any new queues into the game. It was doing a lot to get him to actually introduce a black ferrule tip in a couple of the shafts. Oh, this is a different set of balls. I've never seen that one before. Wait a minute. There's a free camera thing. That ball that's there, is that the what the hell ball is that? Or is that a bug? Oh, wait a minute, I've zoomed in too far. That's the 9. That's a weird 9 ball. No, it's down for a server maintenance, which started at 12 noon and is supposed to be back up by round about 2 PM, so it's about another 45 minutes, so I thought I would kill some time in here, but then I had problems with my sound at the start. It's a bit better now than it'll have to do. No mention of a major update, just the rumour that there's going to be one. Well, I beg to differ there, because the graphics in VP4 are nothing compared to this. I mean, the rooms are generally nice, especially these TV arenas. These are the ones that I like, because it's got good lighting in it as well. It's got like the TV lighting. And all the sponsors all around the table as well. I mean, this looks nice to me. I don't see any problem with it. Plus, the table doesn't have as many of the hatch lines on the edges that we were getting in that other room, so the graphic quality is better in here. There's nothing wrong with this at all. This looks very good. When you zoom in on a ball, you're not telling me that ball looks any worse than what it does in VP4. The only thing they've got wrong here might be the actual... In fact, if you look at that pink ball, that's the reflections of the blue cloth on the bottom half of the ball. So there's good detail there. You've got the burn marks on the table from the break shots. There. Skid marks on the cloth. Same here, if you zoom in on the ball, you can see the reflection of the cloth to the bottom half of the ball. Nothing wrong with that at all. You're deluding yourself saying that actually saying that VP4 looks better than this. You're kidding yourself on saying that. When something's good, say it's good. Don't just say it's crap for the hell of it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. Good kick shot. But hooked on the 6, going to have to be another kick shot up and down the table. Well, I noticed that in a certain zoom, now I'll agree with you there, I'll agree with what you're saying there. I noticed on a certain zoom early on in Shooter's Pool that the table, the balls got blurred a bit. And I don't know whether that's whether it's to do with the graphics card or something. But it seemed to look a wee bit washed out at certain points. How do you get his volume up? Because he's too quiet. Wait a minute. Where the hell's the settings in this thing again? Sound, crowd, ambience, table. How do you adjust his volume? This crowd, ambience. I don't know what one you adjust the referee. How do you adjust the volume for the virtual referee? Is that under ambience or crowd? Oh, ambience is just that background noise, isn't it? Balls, table, crowd, speaker. Is that the volume of the game? Let's turn that up full. And save that. And see what we get.
Foul.
I don't know whether that's a little bit louder or not. But I mean, there's nothing I can adjust in my graphics because everything's up full blast. It's supposed to be as good as it can be.
Silence, please. Game 1.
That's far too quiet. I don't know why he's so quiet. So we are playing 9-ball now. Did you see that video? Are you still there, Semi-Pro? I was saying to Popman on Friday night 9-ball the other night, and he was the only one I think that was left in the stream. Everybody else has got bored and went to bed. Yamaguchi Taru has posted a video, or he posted it a while ago. I think it was, I don't know exactly the date, but he posted a video on his YouTube channel, and it was showing him breaking off in 9-ball in Shooter's Pool. And if you watch the video, the first 3 racks, he breaks off from more or less, I think, the same position, and exactly the same thing happens. He pots the 9-ball in the break 4 times in a row. Then he has a break where the 9-ball doesn't go in, and then he does another few breaks, I think, where the 9-ball goes in. And I think the video is called "This Must Be Fixed." So they've certainly fixed it. Now, what's that beeping noise coming from? I had a beeping noise here. What's that about?
Thank you. Game 1. Swain Cure to break.
I had a funny noise here, but I don't know where it came from. Oh, we've got a match on then. Ah, so that's what that means, a player joined the room. See, I don't know half the things that happen here. Look at that cue ball. It bounced 5 foot off the table. Now, if you press L, you go to the other end of the table. If you press L again, you go to the top-down view. Press L again, you've got the 3 camera. Right, I've got that part. Yeah, there's loads of things I like about Shooter's Pool. I like the choice of what you can buy. You buy what you want. And if you want a black shaft cue, you can go buy one. You can buy whatever ball sets you want, whatever tables you want, for whatever games that you're going to play. It gives you that choice. The other major thing I like about it is the prices. The prices to buy these things is far more reasonable. A lot more reasonable than it is to buy a cue in Virtual Pool 4. That's just ridiculous. Buying a cue that costs 40 quid, that's a joke. For a bloody game, that is.
Foul.
So, ball in hand for Stu, or Stewie P. Let's see how good he is. stunning out behind the 8. He's left himself a wee bit awkward on this 3. Let's get behind that shot. And look where the 4 is. Well, oh, wait a minute, the 4's the pink ball, isn't it? I'm getting mixed up. What the hell's the purple ball? What ball is that there? Oh, the camera's going all over the shop here. Ah, right, that's got me even more confused. What the hell ball set is this? The 5 ball's purple. I'm thinking it was the 4 ball. I'm making comments. This ball set's a pile of crap. It's got me confused. The 9 ball's a 9 ball with black sides, and the 5 ball's purple. How good's that for commentary? Right, so I now know that that's the 5 ball. The 6 and 7 and 8 are all normal, and the 9 is the yellow thing with the black sides. I've got that part. You see how much that cue ball rolls. I like the way the cue ball rolls better in this game. Well, that's going to be over the pocket. And Swain should be out here. Well, I would tend to go through with this 7 ball. Side rail, end rail, and back out into the table, so I've got an angle off this 8. And that's going to be inside. So a little draw off this 8. Well, that wasn't necessarily planned. So in goes the 9.
Thank you. Game 1. Swain Keurig to break.
And that's the other thing I had to do with the chat, the on-screen chat. I had to put the black box at the back of the chat so that you could actually see it, because if you're on the main page, the main lobby in Shooter's Pool, everything's white, so you wouldn't be able to read the chat at all. That was the first thing I had to do before I came online. Well, so far, if it's part of the major update that we might or we might not be getting, we've had a new sponsors logo on the table, and that's it. That's all we've got. So just remember, the 5 ball is a purple ball, which is behind the 6 in the top left of the screen. Well, the thing, that's what I was saying, Semi, about Shooter's Pool. You can't manipulate the tables, but you can buy a table that is suitable. That black, I don't know whether it's this one, but there's one of these 8 foot, 7, what do you call it, 9 foot tables has got fairly tight pockets. No, but when you buy a table, if you look at the store and you look at the tables, it will show you what one's got the faster rail speed and table speed. It'll tell you the difficulty of the table. That'll be like the tightness of the pockets. And so you get yourself on one of those Chinese pool tables. They're bloody brutal. They are really brutal. There is very little or no forgiveness in any of those pockets, and they're very nice tables to look, to watch as well. See, that's the type of cue I would have in VP4. All black, and then I can see the tip of the cue on the cue ball. That's what I need, and he won't make one. He won't make a bloody black cue. I used to have a black cue in Virtual Pool 3, and I can't for the life of me remember who it is that made it for me. I've totally forgotten, and I kept that for years. And I think I bought a black cue. Oh no, tell a lie, I didn't. I've on the offline version of this game, I've got a black cue. Yep, drop the whole idea of view restriction, and it gives the punters what they want. Well, it gives me what I want. And if you want to get into a room with tracking lines on it, that's fine, and Virtual Pool 4 doesn't give you that. The one thing this doesn't have is the angle guide that you have offline in VP4 for playing a jump shot. And so it's just as hard offline as it is online, this game. Whereas offline, it's easier having that guide. Plus you can also take the aim restriction off in offline in VP4. Not that you really need to, because the queue goes low enough. So we've got about 27 minutes left.
Thank you.
And one of you can go and check if VP4's back up. Balls flying in all over the place. And I think Stu's hooked on. What ball is that? Is that the one? There's that L button. Well, that is the one. Nice little stun. Well, what you've got to remember, Semi, is you're like everybody, and myself included, where we are judging like the spin off the rails. A lot of people might say that the spin off the rails in VP4 is a bit too much than real life. You could argue that point. The spin in here does not react anywhere near the same as what Virtual Pool 4 does. Well, this is going to be a tough out, because that 9 ball is pretty much nailed to the rail. And Swain's going to have to roll the 8 in, come off the 2 rails, and try and get as straight as he can on this 9. That's the plan. Yeah, this is the tough table. This Rason table. These pockets, if you don't get them flush down the rails, they'll rattle on these pockets. These are quite tough pockets. Well, that opens up the 9, but it results in a scratch, and so Swain with ball in hand will have this rack done and dusted.
Foul.
Or you're talking about the depth
Game 1.
of the shell.
Swain Keurig
Let's
to
have a look.
break.
If you look at the shelf on that, that's quite a bit into the pocket. And you can also see that there's still a hole there. That's a plastic runner that gathers the ball and runs it under the table down to the shelf. Let's have a look. Where's the shelf? Ah, that's one thing that's missing. We don't have the pocket shelf in this table. What happens with the problem that occurs in VP4 with Windows 10? For me, stop to play full screen anymore. Well, what problem was you getting? I'm an expert with problems in VP4 because I've had them all. What problems was you getting, Stratos? What was happening? Now, is that somebody else joined the room? You can't play full screen anymore. That's definitely a problem. Is it a problem with the fact that you've got your game's resolution not set to the same native resolution as your PC monitor? Because that's usually a problem.
Foul.
Well, if yours is just a standard widescreen monitor, then your native resolution will be 1920 by 1080. So the first thing you must do before you start messing with anything at all is set the game resolution in the graphics setting and set it to 1920 by 1080. And then that's provided it's the same as your monitor. If your monitor's one of these fancy widescreen ones, then you need to obviously up your native resolution settings in VP4. Well, I've never heard of that. I mean, what actually happens to the game? Tell me what happens when you try and play VP4 in full screen. I mean, I'm in Windows 10, and I've got no problems. Explain what happens when you set the game to full screen mode and you try and play Virtual Pool 4. Tell me exactly what happens. I'm going to have to go and read these reports because I'm pretty certain that there's a way to fix it, whatever it is. There must be, and I must be doing something right. If I've got mine working okay. Yeah, that's a name I recognise.
Silence, please. Game 1. Glory in to break.
So Glory, is he going to be capable of running out? Oh, the bank doesn't come off. Now, Swain can come back off this too, but he needs to control that bounce off the rail. And just come up the table too much. Now that 4 ball, I think, goes. The pink 4, well, it's tight. It's very tight past the 5 ball. No, that's a problem. I've never heard of anybody who has Windows 10 not been able to play the game in full screen. Reverse bank on the... oh no, trying for the snooker. Well, I'll go and look at them. I'm going to go and look. This is on the VP4 page on Steam. So, Strain having a look to see if the 6 goes. Again, it's very tight. Past that 7. It goes when you look at it from here. And that's not a bad kiss. That's got him perfect. Oh dear. Well, that's going to leave the 6 hanging over the middle. And Glory has his chance. Looks easy enough from here. Oh, that cue ball's going to finish below the 7. Is it? Yes, it is. And the only place you don't want to be, it's really thin. Cue ball's going to be running all over the place. And that's why the cue ball, or why the 6 was missed. Sorry, not the 6, the 7.
Thank you. Game 1. Swain Keurig to break.
Yeah, that information on the left of the screen, we shouldn't be seeing that as a spectator. Six ball cracking over the hole. And let's get this camera going again. So, presumably the push out has been nominated.
Push out called.
Now, how come it's louder at this end of the table from him that's talking, the referee, than at the other end of the table? That's weird. You notice that? If I stay at this end, which is, I think, the opposite end from the default camera, the referee's volume is really quiet, presumably because he's invisible and he's standing at this end of the table. That's the way they've got the audio set up. You have to be round at this end to watch it, to make sure you can hear him better. I don't think that's a major issue, semi-pro. Let's be honest, how often do you mess about with the settings in a table anyway? You know, if you're playing snooker, it's going to be normal pockets and the tournament table speed. Everything else is going to be set. You'll never mess with that, and you never really mess with a 9-ball table either. Not an awful lot of messing about with pockets. The only time that happened there was in the straight pool tournament. And you've still got the same problem when you go too high. You're up above the actual gantry where the lights are. That's more like the TV camera like that. That's going to scratch. And so Glory,
Foul.
ball in hand. Well, a little bit of spin worked off the rail there, but this is a toughie into the middle. Well, again, semi-pro, I can argue in Shooter's Pool favour there, because Shooter's Pool doesn't have half the games that Virtual Pool 4 does, and neither of us, you nor me or anybody else here, plays any of those other games. Let's admit to that. I mean, how often do we play 8-ball pub and any of that sort of stuff? Cribbage. I mean, the choice is there, but I mean, we don't really all play all of the games, but we just have that choice. But in other aspects, we don't have anywhere near the choice that you've got in this game. So there's things in one's favour and things in others' favour. I personally don't think there's any problem with the graphics of this game. I think they look perfectly okay to me.
Game 1. Glory and
Obviously, there are differences in the lightings in the rooms. That's going to be the case because people prefer different lighting in different rooms. But this room here to me is perfect. I don't see a problem with it. And this table looks a lot better than that first table we looked at. Oh, that now. See how that just the weight of the ball took that into the pocket there. Now, I believe as a viewer I can play the replay while these guys. That's another thing Virtual Pool 4 doesn't have. That's another feature that's good. That Shooter's Pool, you can hit the replay button while these guys are shooting. And I don't remember how to do that. What the hell's the replay button in this game? Let's have a look. Here's the thing. I'm going to try it while these players are actually shooting. What was the one for the keys again? What one did you say it was for the keys? Was it H? Right, wait a minute. Now, where does it tell you replay on this screen? Because I can't see it. Shoot, modify, spin, Q elevation, move cue ball, blah 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 blah. Play replay. Where the hell's the R button? Let's see if we can get it to work. Now, why isn't it working?
foul.
I can't get the replay to work. Now that might be to do with my game settings. General options. Miscellaneous. Record replay. Now I don't want to record replays, I want to be playing a replay. Ah, right, key mapping. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Is that going to conflict with something? Right, let's see if that works. Exit game room. Continue. Hit the R. Maybe you're... No, I'm sure as a viewer you could do it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's the case. It's certainly not working for me, so... That's a good shot. Right, so we've got about 10 minutes to go. It may well be up just now. It might have actually, the server maintenance may well be over. It could have taken a little bit less than what he thought, but usually it takes a bit longer than what he thought. Cue ball bouncing 4 foot in the air again. Go to the other end of the table. Try the overhead view. That's not working. I thought it was the X button. I'm so used to VP4. Oh no, you have to hit the L button to do that, don't you? Right, like that. So this camera setting is like the TV camera setting.
Foul. Little gentle roll through. Oh, it's still 100 times better than the original carpet in half times. That was horrible. I don't think that you can. I don't know whether you can have rack money on in this game and rack the pack further up the table. Maybe you can when you're setting up a room. Well, I noticed in the, I think the website for Shooter's Pool has got multi-language options on it, but in-game, when you're actually in the game online, it's only got English and Spanish. So it's multi-language on the website, but only 2 languages actually in game. But multi-language is what you need to be able to help your way around reading about the game and finding out all the features about it. Now that's fine if you're Russian and they've got Russian language on there, but when you get online you've only got English and Spanish. Right, we're going to watch this last rack and then we're going to pull the plug.
Thank you. Game 1. Swain Cure to break.
That rack looks dead straight to me. 2 balls in the break. The 1 and 2 have gone. Easy safety on the 3. Just killed the cue ball. But didn't get into it. Swain, he needed to get a wee bit of dig in that just to kill it with a stun. Now, I think he's got it covered. I'm zooming in too quick. Fiddly the camera. Remember that's the 5 ball, that purple one. I keep having to remind myself. Well, I reckon it'll still be quite a while before I would ever contemplate becoming a regular player in here. The only way that's really going to happen is if VP4 goes down the pan, because then we won't have a choice. But I'll stick to what I know for the time being, but I must be a mug. I definitely must be, or we all must be, that we've stuck with it so long and we've watched it fall behind the main rival now, Shooter's Pool, in terms of a lot of different features and functions. Okay, it doesn't have the same amount of games. There's disagreements on what's got the best physics. I certainly think the snooker physics in VP4 is a lot better. You've got that weight of shot feel that you have in VP4 that you don't have in Shooter's Pool. You definitely don't have that. Right, so we've had a look, a good hour or so, and with that, guys, thank you for taking the time to join us. Sorry about the audio problems, but I'm going to head out and have a look and see if there's any sign of our old favourite coming back. So until we meet again, whenever that might be, do take care, stay safe, keep your distance, and wear your masks. And at least the one benefit of being here is you don't have stub. So look on the bright side, look what we're going back to, and I'll see you again soon.